All right, not going to lie, feeling a little starstruck here because I'm joined by the internet's own FourZeroTwo, Robert Bowling from Infinity Ward. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah.
So I mean, you guys are taking the wraps off of multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 tonight.
Yeah, finally.
My first question is, why are you guys doing this? I mean, I can kind of understand with the, your previous game, you were moving into the modern era, you wanted to show people what it was about before it came out.
Yeah.
Then it came out and it sold like 14 bajillion copies.
Yeah,
so like,
bajillion, yeah.
So
right.
that's on the official. Those are on the bank sheets, right? So you don't really have to sell this game anymore. I mean, people know what it is, people want it. So why did you guys feel compelled to still kind of do the full Monty here and show everybody, what's in the multiplayer?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff, mostly story, that we're never going to say until the game comes out. But I think we want to break expectations that this is not just another sequel. Like, that's why we called it Modern Warfare 2 and we didn't, force the Call of Duty down people's necks, because we thought of it as a new game, as a new IP. And there's a bunch of stuff that's in multiplayer that, changed the way the game is played. Just like the first time we had to, show people, like, perks are awesome, trust us, XP, persistent ranking, all this stuff is awesome. We have new stuff in the game now, which is just as drastically different as that we want our community to know, hey, this stuff's new, it's awesome, it's not just a reskin, it's not just more of the same stuff. Like, anybody can do bigger, better, badass. We want to show, like, we're changing the way the game is played, and it's for the better. Look.
Convinced. All right, sold.
All right, wrap.
So you guys said in the presentation you literally started from scratch on this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, does that mean you threw out all the old weapons, all the old perks? I mean, some of that stuff's got to be coming back, right? Like, what did you retain from the first game in this multiplayer?
The mentality of the design, we started from scratch. I mean, we definitely brought back some favorites. Any weapons we're bringing back, we completely redid. They're all new. And then we just expanded on that in every aspect, every class of weapon. So, like, we have assault rifles and we have, shotguns, we have snipers, but we've expanded all of those sections. So now we have, normal shotguns, automatic shotguns, we have bolt action, single shot snipers. You can suppress a sniper now, you can suppress a shotgun. Like, it's all about going further and more and adding more to it. So yeah, and the core system's there. You have your perks, but now we went a step further. You have your 3 perks, but now you also have your primary, your secondary, which is not just pistols anymore. Like before, your sidearm is a pistol, but now your secondary can be whatever you want it to be. It can be a shotgun, it can be a launcher, it can be a machine pistol, a Glock, an automatic, whatever you want it to be. And then before you had just your frag, and you couldn't change that. You could only change your special. But now you can change out your equipment if you want. If you don't want to be a frag fest, then take your frag out, use the throwing knife because it's stealth and it's fast, and you can pull it out somebody's body once you already used it and put it back in your inventory. So it's all about changing, like the core there, the 60 frames per second, the smooth, the infantry focus, the prestige mode, the ranking, the unlocks, all that core stuff that we all love and we get really addicted to is there, but then we've added more depth, more layers to it.
What are some of the new kill streaks we can look for, and how can you mix and match those with the customization?
Well, you can customize your kill streak now in your creative class, so you can even further cater to your play style, but you can still only have 3 at a time.
Okay.
And that's one of the ways we balanced it. And another way we balance is, like, they're still set to a set amount of kills. So you can say, and which I do, I don't want a 3 kill streak, I don't want a 4, and I don't want a 5, because I get them all the time. I want to save up for the big one.
Okay.
Because I'm pro.
Sure, of course.
So you can cater that. So you can say, you know what, I want to wait till I have a 15 kill streak.
Okay.
You're going to see it much less often, but when you do see it, it's going to be awesome. And then also how we've expanded that is there's a lot of user-controlled ones. Before, it was always call it in, forget it, let it do its thing. But now it's the higher ones are user-controlled. Even some of the small ones, like the Predator missile at 5 kills, you can control that, bring it in, hit the booster rocket so you can get in faster. You see everybody's converging on the objective. So it's... I forgot the question now, but there's a lot of fucking kill streaks.
So, okay, tell me your 2 favorite new kill streaks.
Well, my 2 favorite we're not going to reveal until the game ships. But I love AC-130, obviously. That's why I made it our first multiplayer video. The AC-130 is just awesome to be up there. And then I love sentry guns, because I'm a big objective game type. Okay. So when I'm playing an objective game type, it's great to set up a sentry gun and let it mow dudes down while you're doing your thing. It's like a buddy that you can actually count on.
For the less capable among us, you guys also have death streaks in here now.
Yeah.
Tell us what that's all about, and then rattle off 2 or 3 of your favorite of those.
Death streak is it's all about the game being accessible. I mean, before we did it with perks, with things like Martyrdom, and they're meant to be a handicap for players who maybe need some help getting kills, but then they get abused by players who don't need the help. So death streaks are a way to re-look that mentality of how can we make the game really accessible and fun for all types of players, whether you're elite or you're a noob. And we can do death streaks because it's only awarded to players who like die 4 times in a row. And you're like, okay, this guy's not having fun. He spawns, he dies, he spawns, he dies. Let's give him some painkiller. And like, painkiller is the one I typically use. It's where you get extra health at spawn. It's for a limited time and then it goes away. So it's basically just so you can get out of the kill zone and get into the action. And then there's another one called Copycat, which allows you to steal the perk set of the last guy who killed you. So basically, say this guy's owning you over and over again, you're like, man, he must be really good. You're blaming like the creator class, and you're like, oh, he unlocked something I don't have. Well, you can just steal that and use it even though you don't have it unlocked. And so your next life, you're now using his class until you die.
Can you tell us, like, so what are some of the cool equipment examples that you have?
Yeah, so your frag is an equipment now, so swap that out. You have throwing knives. My favorite is tactical insertion, which is like a flare. It started out as a glow stick, which I thought was awesome, but now it's a flare. So you take the flare off and it's sparkling, and you throw it down, and wherever you throw that down, you will respawn there when you die for 1 respawn. So an enemy can come up and break it, so if they see a guy throw down a flare, he can come up and smash it, or throw a grenade, or shoot it, or do whatever to destroy it. But it's really cool. I use it for capture the flag and search and destroy. So if I'm like moving up on the objective, I know I'm about to go into enemy territory, I'll throw it down in a corner, run out, I get killed, I spawn there again. So that's a cool one I like. But you have to give up your frag, which to most people is a staple to multiplayer, especially in Call of Duty 4. People love